Okay, welcome everyone to the I'm Cycling eRace series, autumn 2024. We are second race, third event of the autumn series. We're about to start off with the A cats are in the pen at the moment. They should be setting off very soon. But yeah, here we go. We're on the chasing the sun course on the Mercury Island. We are moving off. Better watch some people before we lose sight of everyone. 1 streamer. There we go. Cool. So, yeah, we're watching. Let's go to this one here. Right, okay, yeah. So we are watching John Mead here. I believe that is John. Or is that Will? It says Mead. I'm going to go with John, who is starting. In the A-Cats, so we got Jay Parks, Alex Fulchain, D. Hibbert, Mike Hoff, and a few others. And Simon Richards as well. So we've got a small pack today, unfortunately, unfortunately for these guys anyway. Though someone is rocking a TT bike, which is yeah, Jay Parks with a time trial bike. That's going to make it difficult for him, for sure. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's them underway for the A-Cats. Like I said, it's the Mercury Island course. If I was to I can't show you the profile, unfortunately, right now. But essentially, a few little cheeky climbs, and then a KQOM segment on the Temple KOM. And then for the A's and B's, they finish on the on that segment. The C and D's, they finish on that segment. The A and B's, on the other hand, finish actually a full lap of the course. There is a few sprints involved as well. There's the KQM segment itself, and then there's actually a few sprint segments as well where fastest time points count towards the competition for that, which we started actually last week with the sprint segment anyway on the course that we were at last week. So we're already underway with all that kind of magic as well, which is great for everyone. As in, so they don't actually necessarily need to ride or win the races and stuff like that. They can still be in contention for a jersey. They don't even need to be in the front of the pack. They could just be spat out. But as long as they get a fastest time segment, they're laughing. So yeah, good stuff. So yeah, Mercury, like I said, Mercury Island. So just to give you an idea, the distance wise, then 35.1 kilometers for the A's and B's, and C's and D's 23.6 kilometers. Yeah. And then, like we mentioned there, they have two sprint segments. One coming up quite shortly, and then the other one, again just before the KQ when they're in the fields. So yeah, right. We've got 7 viewers currently at the moment. By all means, please say hello if you are watching. Give me some predictions. What you're thinking for today? Who's your money on for winning? Who are you supporting? Are you what core you cheering for? All that kind of good stuff. Please jump it into the chat. Any good stuff like that will really help with the stream. And little old me on my own with the kids as well, but still, they just like to make noise and not really got much opinions when it comes to actually bike racing. So yeah, right. While we're doing that, just give me a second. Again, I've got to keep switching between people, so I'm gonna try and see who I can find. Give a B-cat name. Give me a moment, team, while I try and find me some other riders. Who's watching out at the moment? 9.8. Yeah. Just give me. Apologies for the silence here. I'm not trying to give you the silent treatment. I'm just trying to find me some riders to view. I know we are watching at the moment. Let's go back. Right. They stay normal at the moment with the A cats, and they're just prodded along. I think, like I said, they're trying to save their legs for the first sprint. So yeah. Let me try and find some other riders, shall we? Good so far. Richard M. Infantry for the win. Ah, is that so, Rich? Infantry have so in the core standings, interestingly, so interesting. I guess it depends on your perspective. What's interesting? They currently it's the is it the AMS? No, it's not the AMS. Who is it? Oh, hang on. Just before we've got some sprinting going. Here we go. So this is that first sprint segment I mentioned there. So some of the riders have already gone early. We've got there Mike Goff already, who's just taken him. Simon Richards. So you can see the sprint banner right down the way there. Okay, so it's a long sprint segment. This one is. It really can sap the legs. But 9.1 watts, but 11.3 watts per kilogram there for me. He's coming up and over. Is he going to carry it through? He is indeed. Though Simon Richard is going to try and carry it on as well. Again, it's all about the fastest time though. So it doesn't necessarily mean that just because they've gone through first that they've actually got the points. It could be that that the it could be another rider that's actually picked that segment up. Though it looks like Mead there was the one that actually picked it up the fastest time. We're looking at the graphics that just came onto my screen just then. Yeah, so good start there from it is Will Mead. It's a good start from Will. So Great start. Right, still struggling to find me some riders. So let me think of some names. Smith. So what we're talking about anyway, I was chatting quickly there before I interrupted myself with what is the infantry. So currently the infantry are second in the overall standings. The Royal Signals is currently the lead. Now, admittedly, that might be because some riders haven't registered yet as well. So there's a good chance that once we get some riders registered, then yeah, we might be in luck. But if we don't get anyone registering, the infantry guys have completed the registration, and what we see is what we get, then it's a good strong start from the infantry. From the Royal Signals for sure. Though last time round, I think it was the ROC that had a good start, or it could have been the AMS. But either or, every time the infantry may not have the strongest start, but they seem to just be consistent enough and have enough numbers to carry it on. And yeah, it seems to make all the difference. So yeah, we'll see how it goes for sure. But it's still only early days. Just give me a second. I'm still trying to give myself the best opportunity to find me some riders. I want to get onto the other categories, but at the moment, I think stream's gone down. What? Good start, either. Yeah. Problem with being up in Yorkshire, internet doesn't always favour. Right. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Right, some names I'm going to start throwing at us. And view. Nice, nice, nice. So unfortunately, with the bees, we've already missed that. So let's go. Give me a C category. So who's riding? Right. Okay. And they're also on. Oh, we're missing everyone's sprint segment, aren't we? Let's try and see if we can find us a couple of D's then. Andrew Bolton, come on down. Go. It's great when riders put in their names because it helps me find you. Oh. Okay, let's go over to 2 here then. So we got Icar, John Bissett there. So already actually all the riders have actually already gone past the first Sprigg segment. Okay, which is cool. So what we're going to do... Oh, someone's gone static. That's no good, is it? Jay Herbert. Right. Okay. I'll see what we've got going on here. So just for interest, this race, so last week's race we didn't have the categories couldn't see each other because it just made it a little bit trickier when it came to the circuit style racing and stuff like that. But for this race, because of the length of it and all this kind of stuff, we have made the pack so that they are visible, so the C's can see the D's and the likes of. There's Craig Scott there. Okay, cool. So yeah, so where we're at then is that where we were at is that yeah, so that everyone can see everyone. So it looks like that's why we've kind of got this spread already. And it looks like actually we've got some bees as well amongst the pack and that, or at least up ahead. So yeah, who's this bee? Yeah, so for example, there Marcus Mason there. Okay, has already been dropped and is now riding with the C's and that. The idea is, though, that so essentially the idea with this kind of group pack malarkey is that sorry, just give me a second, please. Just give me a second. Sorry. Right, sorry about that, everyone. Back in. Right, where were we? We are with M. Adams. So yeah, so the point is then that these categories are kind of spread out, right? And what that allows then is that well, no, they're spread out, but what people can do is they can catch the other categories essentially. And if you find that there's some people from the B ends that are getting caught by the C's, then at least the B riders aren't then riding on their own potentially. They've got dropped early, stuff like that. And that's the whole idea for around the pack. We hope that it doesn't affect the races too hard, and it normally doesn't from last year anyway. It seemed to work okay. So that's how we're kind of trying to do it this time around as well. But it's only really on this kind of race where it's it's a single lap. Or anything that's less than that, or so sorry, for anything that's more than that, so like circuit racing and stuff like that, we're trying to tend to keep it back to that single view category only. So yeah, that's my waffle about that anyway. Hopefully that makes all sense. So what the guys are doing anyway, they're going up this is the reverse side of not tower. My mind's gone blank. But essentially, this is one of the actually a little cheeky punchy climb for the riders and that. So you'll find that that this will again separate the pack a little bit, which I think is what we're seeing here. So this is kind of that lead group, okay, of the seas again. Usual, can't say usual, but we've got Jake Goldsworthy, T. Dobson, Craig Scott, Stu Baxter. The usual kind of names that we're finding at the moment, the top ends of the C categories. That's what we're kind of witnessing right now here. But they're going downhill at the moment, so picking up quite a nice little bit of speed, which is all good. So yeah, good start from them. Anyway, we're going to go and switch over our attention to the B categories now. Hopefully, he says yes, we've got them there. Okay, so who's rocking? Some go. Who's that there? So we've got Louis Darroch. Rob Ferguson, Rob McEwen. Did I see? I did see Rich Smith amongst the pack. Simon Howe. So this is a quite a large size group as well. What we are 10.1 kilometers. So they're about a K and a bit away from the seas at the moment. But they are again they're probably on quite nicely now on the flat part of the course. Again, now a chance for them just to recover from that effort, and then when they get out into the countryside, that's where they've got the country sprint coming up. So like be prepared, they might find themselves having to use their legs to catch on to that. So yeah, a really good start from everyone so far. Looks like already that some of the pack has been decided, and already kind of there's all the little groups have already started to form, but nothing wrong with that. That's the whole point. You know, it's going to happen, especially with this one. Like I said, there's quite an early punch with that climb up. Right, we got pick TT bike at the start. Yeah, so Marcus Mason, they're obviously now suffering with the TT bike choice. Rookie. I say rookie. I know Marcus, and he's quite a seasoned rider, so he's probably going to be beating himself up over that one, without a doubt. Okay. So we got there, S. Patterson, 8 seconds away from that group. So yeah, so already there, yep, B's are a little bit spread out. What we will do, we will find ourselves some D category riders, I think. It's probably the next lot, because we just only briefly looked to the Ds. So let me go over to the D categories then. So give me a second. Got the D. So we've got D Sharp there, Raw Sigs. A Ellis. So that's the first rider we've got. Find out if that is indeed the case. Again, everyone, please jump in chat, say hello. Let me know if you're watching. Sorry about the rocky start there. The internet is having a right rough time, so hopefully you are watching this okay. But please jump in, say hello. We will say we've got Rich M already saying that it's Army for, infantry for the win. Okay. Definitely one of the stronger sides, but that doesn't mean they are always going to get in for the win. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to find ourselves more riders. D-Cats. So John Grimsdale looks like he's our lead D-Cat rider. Andrew Ellis is a little bit behind. Can't find what have we got there? D Hunter, David Hunter, chilling out. So John already is quite a way down. Oh, did I miss him? Where are you? Can't find him at the moment, but John seems to be already having a good strong start with the. Oh, there he is. Oh, no. Not trying to get it right at the right point. No. Well, this is a fun game, isn't it? Try and click on the right name. Can't find him. Now I've lost him. I did see John, and now he's gone. So John being he's an RA rider, so yeah, doing okay there with the Ds. Looked like he was quite comfortable in front. According to Swift Power, he is about 20 seconds at the moment. There he is. No, that's not him either. Yeah, right. Let's go back to the Bs. So we've got Nick Howarth there, Cy Howe, Rob Ferguson. It's a nice sizable pack here actually, looking really good. And quite healthy there, which is good for them. Enough riders anyway to work with. Okay. Right. Let's push over to the Cs. Let's find some C category riders. Just let me work up the road. Scott, back to the Craig Scott gang. And there we go. Okay. And again, looking really good. So we got what we got there. We've got majority of C's are in here. There might be a couple of B's. But yeah. Doing okay so far. What we find with the category system anyway, so it's an enforced category system this time round. A, B, C's, and D's. What the basically it works off quite a lot of metrics. It's not just the old-fashioned watts per kilograms. Between this and this makes them this category. It's a bit more complicated than that now. So it's but it's an interesting system, and it is a system that works. It's depending on the how much a rider is uses Swift. Kind of it helps their kind of their profile, should we say, as in figures out what their category is and stuff like that. But yeah, so it works. We're looking potentially moving on to a different category system for the next time round. There is now called the Swift Score, which does things a little bit differently. So it's it focuses not just on ability but skill as well. So and it's who you're riding against. So for example a C category rider on here could actually be in a different category or higher kind of level category in the Swift score system because they ride well against other riders of that same score. So that's kind of like what the purpose is of that anyway. So we'll see how it works. We're going to probably hopefully give it a trial for the winter series in 2025. So yeah, the riders anyway, they're getting into the countryside part of Mercury now. You can see there are starting to catch some other B category riders up ahead as well. But yeah, chilling out, looking good, looking healthy, and doing well. We're just going to switch over to the A categories. Yeah, I know you're at the gate, mate. So yeah, we've got the A category riders. They're coming up to the country sprint soon. Sorry about that. Youngster is in a proper mood at the moment, so he might keep putting his 2 pennies worth in. So yeah, where are we? A category. Mason, it's fine. You can put that in the kitchen. Where were we? So we're the A cats anyway, chilling out. I'll say chilling out. I think they're just preparing themselves for what's coming up next, which is going to be the country sprint, just before the KQRM segment, Temple KQRM. So yeah. Right, sorry again, apologies. I'm gonna have to mute myself again in a second. sorry, back again. Kids are having my pants today, really. So, where are we? A category still. Sprint coming up. Are anyone trying to do anything? We've got one rider there. Yeah, Will Mead there, started there. Boom, that's the line. God, we just got in time there, didn't we? Look at that. Coming across the line, he's already put in 13 watts per kilo already and straight across the line. What a ride, or what an effort that was. The rest of the riders sat on there. I'm not too sure why, because they've missed the banner. Unless they just didn't have the legs. We don't know. But anyway, they've dropped the feather power-ups already as well, which, again, I would advise against it, if I'm honest, because, yeah, that is the segment that they need to use that up is not, it's almost, well, it's coming up, the segment that they need to use that on. So that'll be interesting to see. But we're going to move over to the B categories now, hopefully, and just in time again for some sprinting fun, where we're going to get up to the spin level. Someone's already come through there. S. Howe, he knows the mechanics there well. He went from behind there and he flew through that really well. That was a good demonstration of using the draft to actually good effect there. And he's come flying through, using it. Has really led out there. He's not let anyone clutch onto him. 10 watts per kilo. What an effort that was, for sure. And then some of the other riders there, Louis Darroch, the rest of them have actually just kind of cruised through, which is interesting. So unless they didn't think that the banner was for them, I am slightly unsure as to why they didn't do that. But anyway, again, a few people dropping the feather power up. I don't know if that's just them because they're wanting to, I say take it easy, but they're trying to because they're exhausted already. But they're going to be coming up to a hard segment shortly. And they need that feather power up. That's the kind of right. Really, they need that the foul. Christ, will give me words out, wouldn't I? Like the feather power up. But yeah, right. Hopefully, I've got the. Yep, look at that. We've got the C's as well. Oh, this is getting a bit more smoother, isn't it? So larger group, we've got a few different riders here as well, but there we go. Is anyone actually going to be leading anyone out here? Intentionally or unintentionally, I don't know. But we got there Marcus Mason there, Goldsworthy, Craig Scott. So they're going to be coming up to the banner again. We all know the score. Watching this now a couple of times, we'll see a few drops, few power-ups have dropped this side of the banner, which is the right thing to do. Unfortunately, someone's had a feather power-up, which they're probably beating themselves up slightly over. But there we go. Craig Scott's come up and over. Past Russ Miller, and he is going through that one like rapid knots there, and will most likely have picked the sprint points anyway. However, again, just because they are not, just because they're at the front doesn't mean they're going to win that necessarily. That's me making kind of that bold decision there, or bold statement based off of not little knowledge, but not knowing how the other riders are going to do. So we, for example, we can move over to this group here. Now we've got one of the D category riders, John Grimsdale, in there from the RA. He's in here at the moment, and we've got a bunch of C category riders. Now there's no reason why these C category riders that I'm looking at right now couldn't pick that fastest through segment. They might be just saving themselves for exactly that. I mean, you see it on the TV anyway, where that is exactly what happens. Riders will save their matches for the when they are needed. Now, admittedly, for the sprint points, normally it's the first across the lines that get the points. However, because we want to try and encourage everyone across the series, across all abilities, to try and at least, if they're not going to be at the front of the race, that doesn't mean they don't have a chance to actually score some good points for another competition. Hence the sprint jersey, hence the QM jersey being focus on fastest time segments. So yeah, that's my spill there. The things have really dropped here at the moment. I don't know why they have. I'm thinking that I've lost viewers at the moment, so hopefully people will come back in anyway. So if people are watching, or if it is getting played back and recorded, then you will hopefully get to see what's going on. And you'll see in a minute there that we're going to have some more sprint the riders here anyway, trying to sprint for that top spot. Fingers crossed. Anyway. While we're crossing fingers, I'm just going to check our stream because at the moment I have dropped an enormous amount of bits. Right, so we had there then. Who was that that went flying off the front? Phil Cox. Yep.
My pants today.
Oh,
really.
sorry. You are just watching. As far back as it's gone, is it? Not reassuring. Okay, let's try and just fight through this. Hopefully, we might get some stuff back. But at the moment, the internet is having my life. So you saw there anyway. Phil Cox went flying through, and did an impressive time there. And that could be what he needs for fastest segment. So we will wait and see that. So let's push over to the A's again. We are there. We are there. Looking good. Right. What can I do to help my blooming... Oh, Phil Cox has gone to a stop. I know what Phil's doing. Right. Where are you? Interesting. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? I've lost him. I've lost him. What I have a theory with Phil Cox, and I'm going to tell you in a moment. View. He's changed his bike, so, and that's not a bad thing. He can change his bike. I'm going to push him back over quickly to Phil, so you just can see what he's up to. I mean, I don't know why he's gone the disc, but he's either stopped actually in the ads or he's trying to change his bike. He might have changed his bike, but anyway, because of this segment here. So here we go. We are at the Temple Com here for the ACATs. I've got some more viewers. Apologies there for the quality of the stream. I can see that there's 2 people in now. Hopefully it's improved slightly, but I'd appreciate though that the stream is having a nightmare, and I don't know why. Again, I need to sort out the internet on this at this house because we're dropping a lot. Anyway, where are we? ACAT. So we got Will Mead again, just being Will Mead at the moment and kind of bossing it, and then Mike Goss just slightly behind. So for the A categories, this isn't over for them. This is just the Temple KQOM, and they're going to try and smash it up smash it up there and gain the points. For everyone else, or for season Ds at least anyway, they are going to be working towards that finish. So so it should be interesting shortly actually to see what the Cs are going to be doing, because they will be finishing their race shortly. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Hey up, Harry. You okay? I'm doing some. Well, I guess you could call it work. Yeah, I'm just talking about some more bike races, mate. Right. Where were we? So, yeah, Will Mead, he disappeared into the sunset. Has now created a. Where are you at the top of here? You have created a 22-second gap at the moment over Mike Off, which is key there as well, actually, regarding that time gap that we are just talking about there. So if we talk about one of the other competitions that we're running, it is the general classification. So depending again what category you're in, you're going to be in the GC competition for that. Now, GC is all about time for those that are new to that concept. It's the fastest accumulative time across all the races. All right. So and that's the finishing time. Right? So we've got a points competition, which is they get points for when they finish. They have the sprint competition that I mentioned earlier on, and the KQM competition, which I also mentioned, and then we have the GC competition. and that's the fastest cumulative time. Now, beforehand, it used to be if you were, you had to race all the stages for that one to count. For this series, though, it's you can miss a race, but essentially what you do, you get the lowest time for that category. So, for example, if you're in A category, you get the lowest A category time for that race that raced it. So yeah, and if you get promoted, you get a average. So for those that were like C, for example, if they made B category, they get the average time of the categories they're now promoted into. So yeah, so just for an situational awareness, then Will Mead was third with a 1 hour 29 minutes, which was 24 seconds behind John Mead. Now John is no longer racing. Say he's not racing today, so he'll get probably the slowest time. Mike Goff then would have automatically, just by finishing this race, and if he stayed with Will anyway, he would have been first, but he was 9 seconds. So we're talking about 13 seconds between Will and Mike, and Will has currently now got a 40-second lead. So that kind of gives you an idea there right away what we're talking about. As we can actually see, Will Mead making his way through the finish banner right there. Good stuff. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to move over to the C categories, because this is where it's going to get a little bit spicier. And it's already with Ray already kind of pulling away from Craig Scott. What does that mean for the GC competition then? Shall we have a look? So many different things, but I'll find it. Just give me a second. There's 7 pieces there. Prior preparation for events or performance. Should live by that. Oh, we are 2 viewers still. Few. Again, if you are in stream, please say hello. Let us know how you're doing. If you're riding it, tell us if you're doing okay, if you're surviving, or if you're not, maybe. Let's go for race 2. So we're talking GC times then for GC League C. So there was 12 seconds between Ray and Craig. So that will be where we're going to be focusing our time on. So Ray still there. He is 12 seconds. So Craig, to try and maintain the GC competition, he needs to close that gap 13 seconds now. So that is already going to be a net lead for Ray if he can keep that distance. Then we've got Pat Weir of ours. Yep. I've raced with Pat many times. He's also rocking the white Swift bike, which means he actually owns the Swift ride as well, which is a nice little own. I really need to invest in one of them. But yeah. Right, where are we at now? What was that? 13 seconds still. So Craig has slowly clawing this one back. It's not over just yet. Though Ray does have Rich Barrett in front with the B categories. There's possible a bit of carrot for him. And maybe even a little bit of a draft if he can get onto that Will. So, so there we go. We've got Craig there. It's really is kind of like that. Yeah, 16 seconds at the moment. If we can look down, can we see him? He's got a yellow Tron. We can't see him. He's not in view. 17 seconds. So it looks like this could be raised now. Now, don't be wrong. We get onto the flat piece, and Craig might all of a sudden found a rocket stuffed somewhere, and he might go flying along. Yes, I might not. And he might have just spent a lot of matches. As you can see now, he is dropping back more. 19 seconds. And we've got a few others there. Stu Baxter there, clawing in 2 as well. So it could be that actually, in trying to keep that gap, or trying to maintain the gap, he may have just kind of affected his own race as well. So because, like we mentioned as well, there is point competition. So we can quickly talk about points as well. So top 3 scores out of all 6 events, so 5 races, 1 ITT. That's the position. That's how. And that includes as well your KQRM points as well. So if you race in a KQRM event, race and you get good points, they add to your points, and that will be what contributes your best free. So again, this could potentially as well knock Craig off the top spot when it comes to the points as well. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. You can see there that Ray is now got past Stu Baxter. Not Stu, sorry, Rich Barrett. Stu Baxter's now pulled away from Craig Scott. So does that mean for Stu, he wasn't there for the few races, I think, so he may have got only a average time. Who's that now? Pat's now past Craig, so it looks like Craig has blown up, unfortunately for himself, and now is rocking with Ad Page. Yeah, where are we? It does look like Ray is going to win this one. Just interesting one, just so you where I am watching the B category race currently as well. The B categories have gone over the top. I've not really spoke much